The Prime Minister, Minister of Finance Ayman bin Abdurrahman, received on Tuesday the Nigerian Interior Minister Alkash Al-Hada, who paid a working visit to our country as part of the 7th session of the Algerian-Nigerian Bilateral Border Committee.
Members of the National People's Assembly adopted on Tuesday in Algiers bills related to 12 presidential ordinances, amending and supplementing laws related to the sectors of local authorities, social security, justice, finance, and defense. In a keynote speech at the opening of the plenary, the Justice Minister, representative of the government, Abdelrashid Tabbi, specified that these legal texts have been submitted to the State Council and the Constitutional Council and were then presented and adopted in the Council of Ministers before being promulgated by the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune.
Foreign Affairs Minister Ramtallah Mamra took part in the proceedings of the second AU-EU ministerial meeting held in the Rwandan capital, Kigali. At the opening ceremony of the session, Mr. Mamra highlighted Algeria's strategy based on the inseparable links between security, peace and development, emphasizing the fact that partnership with the AU must consolidate the basis of socio-economic and human development. Mr. Mamra also indicated that the partnership between the two continents must start from the conviction of joint security based on mutual responsibility. Concerning immigration, the minister indicated that this issue needs comprehensive and long-term solutions that take into account the real reasons behind this phenomenon. The head of the Algerian diplomacy, Mamra, held equally a meeting with his Belgian counterpart. The two ministers reviewed a set of regional and international files. On the sidelines of this summit, the foreign minister also met with ministers and heads of delegations, including the Danish foreign minister.
The 7th session of the Algerian-Nigerian Bilateral Border Committee wound up on Tuesday in Algiers with a series of recommendations in addition to the signing of 3 partnership agreements, particularly in the fields of economy and security. This agreement will give a new impetus to cooperation between both sides in the fight against terrorism. A working group has been set up to examine ways and means of intensifying efforts and coordination for the security of border areas, the fight against illegal migration, and crime in all its forms. I'm delighted that the 3 partnership agreements covering all aspects of socio-economic development were signed. I'm also satisfied with the results crowning this session of the committee. My country is determined to engage in cooperation with Algeria on a more dynamic path. 2 partnership agreements were also signed pertaining to a twinning project between the police academy of the province of Tamanrasset and Agadez, and a draft decentralized cooperation agreement between the province of Ain Ghazam and the Agadez region.
The Nigerian Interior Minister Alkash Al-Hada visited on Tuesday the Great Mosque, this multifunctional architectural and religious masterpiece in central Algiers. He was accompanied by the Minister of Interior Kamal Beljoud and the Governor of Algiers Youssef Sharfa. Mr. Alkash had an exhaustive explanation about the different parts of the mosque, including the large minaret. He also visited the prayer main hall, where he accomplished the mosque's greeting prayer. I think that this great mosque is a telling evidence that Islam is a religion of peace and love. It is also a tool to illustrate its genuine image in Africa and elsewhere in the world.
France is still carrying out via its news agency an orchestrated campaign targeting Algeria by disseminating fake news which constitute a dangerous drift. According to analysts, the AFP news agency is leading a proxy media war against Algeria due to its unwavering positions as regards a set of international issues, in addition to its key role in establishing peace and security at the regional level. This campaign is also meant to hide the multiple failures of its country, fully involved in destabilizing Algeria's image to the benefit of a hostile agenda. The aired material dealing with illegal immigration shows that this news agency is a mere tool used by hostile entities to Algeria, including a classified terrorist group based in France and the leader of which is pursued by the Algerian justice in line with the International Convention.
The Chief of Staff of the National People's Army, Lieutenant General Saïd Chengreha, presided over the festivities accompanying the final military football game, which brought together the Land Forces Command Team to that of the National Gendarmerie in the Ben Aknoun Training Center here in Algiers. After the opening ceremony, the Chief of Staff of the National People's Army followed the game in the presence of sport and communication ministers, as well as several senior officers of the AMP. The game, which witnessed the victory of the National Gendarmerie after a total domination, ended in a festive atmosphere. GS Saoura will face Ghana's Hearts of Oak following the CAF Confederation Cup draw, which took place on Tuesday in Cairo, Egypt, while GS Kabylie have been drawn with Royal Leopards. The playoff round first leg matches are slated for November 28th, while the second leg games will take place on December the 5th.